warning, this anime contains guy-on-guy kissing, so if you feel uncomfortable with that, leave. I can wait. So, did anybody actually see 50 Shades of Grey?
Junjou Romantica is the story of three couples, the first couple being Misaki and Usami. Misaki is a struggling college student who finds himself moving in with his older brother's best friend Usami, who just so happens to be a successful author and incredibly wealthy. And also, Usami ends up falling in love with Misaki after, spoilers for the series that I'm not gonna spoil because I really do think you should watch it. But in the end, they, end up living together, and all types of drama ensues with Usami's family and yaoi books.
おきやがれこの腐れ小説家なんじゃこの本はこりゃてめえと兄ちゃんじゃねえか何考えてんだ説明しろ
The second couple we meet is Kamijo and Noaki. When Kamijo is at the lowest point of his life, he meets Noaki, who immediately falls in love with him, and that relationship has its own set of battles.
And then we have our final couple, and oh boy.
Our last couple is Miyagi and Shinobu. Miyagi is a carefree university professor who gains the affections of the young Shinobu,
Who just so happens to be his ex-brother-in-law. And in high school. And is 17. Yeah.
On the technical side,
No, we're gonna talk about this now. I don't care what your sexual preference is. It's not okay to date somebody that looks like they could be your son!
to put it in a very creepy perspective, Noaki and Hiroki, 5 years apart. Misaki and Usami, 10 years apart. Even then you're kind of pushing it with some people. Miyagi and Shinobu, 18 years. Good God.
Okay, got that off my chest. But we're gonna have to talk about it at some point. So, let's go on with the review.
Junjou Romantica is simply a yaoi anime, meaning it centers solely around the couples and how their relationship grows over the show, which honestly isn't that much. There isn't much individual character development, and even by the end of its second season, the relationships feel like they haven't changed at all. And many people tend to forgive this because, well, it's a yaoi anime. It's supposed to be like that.
Let me explain. Yaoi genre type anime kind of work like extremely well-written fan fiction with original characters. And why do people read fan fictions? No, it's not technically a hentai. This did air on television because there's not exactly sex in this show.
Yes, there is sex in Junjou Romantica, but it's more implied than anything else. And for people that have been into yaoi for a while, this is incredibly tame. But this can also be a good thing, especially if you're a newbie to this type of anime.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But in the end, despite the fact that it's a different genre of anime, it's still an anime, so we gotta look over the basics that it kind of fucks up.
Admittedly, there is very little to no music outside of the, intimate scenes, and sometimes I would get annoyed when the characters were trying to talk, and the music would be so incredibly loud. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine in general. And speaking of the characters, they kind of look awkward. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not amazing either.
It's just kind of bland, and once again, the watercolored, unfinished backgrounds. Really? Didn't I just go over this last week? I hate this. They look so unfinished. In fact, was this even made by the same studio? Okay, you have no excuse.
Give Maid-sama some credit. At least they obviously put most of their budget into the character design, so it looks pretty good. But with Junjou Romantica, I feel like they didn't have much of a budget, so really, the whole show just has this washed out tone and look to it, and that's kind of a shame.
So, unfortunately, the only people that are actually gonna watch this type of anime are people that have already seen this type of anime and know what to expect and they like it. So, would I suggest this anime? surprisingly, yes. If you're looking to get into this type of anime.
Junjou Romantica is tame enough where someone who has never even heard of yaoi could get into it, but not get scared away. It's kind of like High School of the Dead in that sense. It knows what it is, it's not going to apologize for it, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. And I can respect that anime for doing so. You can find Junjou Romantica on Hulu and Manga Entertainment's official YouTube channel.
Well, 3 animes down. 1 more to go. What do you mean everything I've done's been old? That's true. Guess I could go over something recent. Well, till next time, I'm the SuperAnimeGirl. And we're ending the month of love next week.